My BFI player choice this week is a thrillingly adventurous breakthrough feature from Cornish director Mark Jenkin, a refreshingly authentic tale of tensions between locals and tourists in a once thriving fishing village that is, for me, one of the defining British films of the decade, Bait.
Excuse me! Do you know what time it is? It's not even 7 o'clock. You've just woken us up. This is supposed to be a relaxing break.
What's going on?
Snow! Excuse me!
He's got to go and work. What do you want him to do?
We'll do it later. Shouldn't be making this kind of noise till at least 8 o'clock. I think it's actually illegal.
You're going to change the tides for him?
Fishing stock siblings Martin and Stephen Ward are at odds. While the former still scrapes a living selling his catch of fish and lobster door to door, his brother has succumbed to the tourist trade. Using their late father's boat to take rowdy, moneyed tourists on sightseeing trips. He'd be spinning in his grave, growls Martin, whose sense of betrayal has been worsened by the sale of the family home to incomers Tim and Sandra Lee. Now fishing nets have become chintzy decorations, the perfect accompaniment to a fridge stacked with Prosecco. Shot with clockwork cameras on grainy 16mm stock that Jenkin hand-processed in his studio in Newlyn, Bait is both an impassioned paean to Cornwall's proud past and a bracingly tragicomic portrait of its troubled present and possible future. Building on the promise of his powerful 2015 short Broncos House, which tackled Cornwall's housing crisis, Bait finds Jenkin once again addressing pressing social issues with a profoundly poetic sensibility. As before, the filmmaker shot Bait without sound, effectively creating a silent movie to which dialogue, music and sound effects were added later, splendidly concertinaing a century of cinema history. The effect is bizarrely brilliant, lending a dreamlike quality to the dialogue, which transforms the spoken English into something weirdly reminiscent of a dubbed foreign language film. It's a disorientating effect that highlights a central theme of Bait, people speaking in the same tongue, yet failing to understand one another. While the post-synced speech has an alienating, Pinteresque theatricality, the rest of the soundtrack rises and falls like the tide, with Jenkin's own synth drones weaving in and out of Daniel Thompson's layered sound designs. The result is my favourite film of 2019, confirming Jenkin as one of the most arresting and intriguing British filmmakers of his generation.